So I'm here with Claire Hinton, Spencer Wilton's groom. Claire, could you first tell us about how you got into working with horses and what was your first experience?
Yep, so my first experience with horses was when I was little and we went on holiday to New Zealand and went pony trekking, and ever since then that's all I wanted to do was ride ponies. And then obviously at school everyone was trying to get me to do my A-levels, what have you, and I was like, no, I want to go and work with horses. So where I learnt to ride, an equestrian centre, it was also an event yard, so I started work there and stayed there for 11 years grooming for event horses, and then moved on to a private yard, and then in the end came to work for Spenny with dressage horses.
So you worked with eventing horses and now you're working with dressage horses.
Yeah.
What's the differences between working with the two?
I think dressage horses are a lot more precious about life. Obviously event horses have to be a lot more hardy because, you know, they in effect go galloping across a muddy field, which Neville would never do. Neville doesn't like getting his feet muddy. But I think whatever horse you work with, whether it be eventers, show jumpers or dressage horses, it kind of depends on the horse's personality really, and they're all different.
Yeah. And so how long have you worked with Neville for then now?
I worked with Neville for 2 years now, so know him quite well and all his little quirks and habits, which he has quite a lot of.
What kind of quirks does he have?
His main one is giving himself the hiccups when he gets stressed or cross. I've never known a horse be able to give himself the hiccups before Neville, but he does it quite well, and usually, Neville, when you give him a sugar lump or a minty treat, then that usually solves the problem.
And what's he like when he sleeps then? Does he eat straw when he sleeps, or does he do...
When he lies down and he's completely asleep, he likes to have a mouthful of his haylage and shavings that he basically sucks on whilst he is sleeping.
Oh, great. So now you've been working with Neville for 2 years now, so what is it that you get from working with horses like Neville? What do you get from it personally?
I just love watching him go out and compete and, you know, do what he enjoys, but also, you know, because he has that trust in me, because I look after him every day, you know, when we're at show and he finds something scary, you know, he'll look to me for confidence, and then he's quite happy to do whatever I ask him. So it's nice to have that bond with him.
Great. And so what's it like then when you see him out there with Spencer in competitions? Do you get nervous, or are you quite excited to see him out there?
I'm excited, but obviously this year, you know, he's had to get the good scores to get selected for Rio, so it's been quite nerve-wracking watching him, making sure he does all the things in the right places and gets all his changes and everything else. So when he comes out of the test, I breathe a sigh of relief.
And what would you say then has been your proudest moment working with him?
I think actually it was recently at Hartbury when he got his best ever mark of 77%. I mean, that was amazing, and he behaved himself and did what he was meant to do, and obviously, you know, the mark showed it. So I was really proud of him there.
Okay. And so when you return home usually from a competition, what do you like to do then? Does his routine change a bit when he gets back?
Normally when we get back from a show, he normally goes in his stable, and the first thing he does is have a roll and make a big mess everywhere. So once he's done that, then he normally goes for a hand walk for 10 and 15 minutes just to stretch his legs, because he's obviously been on the trailer. And then he comes in and has his haylage and his dinner, and he's quite happy with his life.
Okay. And finally, I'd like to ask you as well, for anyone who would like to become a groom or would like to become more involved with horses, what advice would you give to them?
I think you have to be prepared to work hard, because obviously I think grooming is a life, it's not just a job. But if that's what you want to do, then you have to go out, you know, and get it really. And if you're willing to work hard, then there's no reason why you can't go out and do it. Because as I say, it's my dream job, and I love it and love Neville with it.